August 14th. It's sunny, 62 degrees. And we're doing a salute to Woodstock.
Never would have known.
And a great band with us this morning. Ouroboros, over there they are. Let's really hear it. A lot of great sounds coming from them for the next 2 hours here on the Morning Exchange. We're live from the upper level of Edgewater Park, and if you're in the vicinity, drop by. A lot of good things will be happening here this morning. We're going to be talking about Woodstock. It was 20 years ago tomorrow that great festival got underway, and look at this. This is the program, 3 days of peace and music.
This is very valuable here.
Oh, you bet.
It is.
We, you know, have been talking about it for some time on the TV about Woodstock, and a lot of people who live here in Cleveland have called us up, and they're going to join us here this morning to talk about the experiences they had there. A lot of good pictures in there as well.
I didn't realize they really had an official program.
Oh yeah, this was a big enterprise. Some entrepreneurs got together, put this thing all together, and then of course so many people came that they just finally had to take the fences down, and it became a free concert, and they lost their shirts. But ultimately, I think they made out.
Well, I saw they're still fighting over who's going to get the rights to use the name or something like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
In the spirit of peace, love, and brotherhood.
Well, I guess there's a little reunion concert, and they have to call it the 69 to 89 tour.
Yeah, of course, I wouldn't remember that stuff.
No.
Well, Joel Makauer is here this morning, and he has written a book, an oral history called Woodstock, and we'll be talking with him a little later on this morning. And also today, we're going to be talking with Lisa Law, who has done a lot of the marvelous photographs of that era. This is the book that we're speaking about. And there's also a companion video cassette that comes along with this, that you can get it as well. And it really gives you the background on this extraordinary event. And I recall it very, very well. I was not there.
I haven't seen any naked people this morning, though, Fred.
Well,
I saw on TV over the weekend they were showing all these films, and it was all naked people were bathing.
well, I saw it on VH1.
We got a big lake over here, people.
Yeah. People might go down there in a little while. But we're going to find out what the experience meant to the people who were there and what its legacy is today, 20 years later. And also, Alex Bevan's going to be with us this morning. A little later on, we're going to talk to a lot of people who were involved in the festival itself, people who helped put it on, who were instrumental in making it take place. And we're just going to have a good time. We have the free clinic here this morning, and also the food co-op. Over there they are, standing right over there.
You know,
Morning,
it's
gentlemen.
really terrific seeing everyone
Nice
here
to
in
see
sort
you.
of their hippie regalia. And tie-dye has never looked so good. I mean, these beautiful, perfectly made tie-dyed T-shirts.
Our entire crew is in tie-dyes this morning, and Roy Myers is even wearing bell-bottoms.
One woman brought up a garment from the 60s and says, you know, if anybody wants to wear this. I said, oh, is that a Nehru jacket? She says, no, it's a dress. It was like, you know, would have kind of barely covered everything.
We're also going to talk...
Where is that woman?
Where is she? Ellen Casper, our psychologist, is with us this morning, and Len Boom Boom Goldberg is going to be here this morning. Alex Bevan is here as well. David Roth, who was for many years the director of the Free Clinic. Lee Fisher, who's a member of the State Senate. All of those folks will be here a little later on this morning. We will convene a panel to talk about the meaning of the event and a whole bunch of other good things. So we hope you'll enjoy the next 2 hours here live on the Morning Exchange. And for those of you who are about to get onto the roadways, let me check in with Dave right now and see how the traffic
jam
is going.
by Edgewater.
Trying to get into Edgewater Park. David, how are you?
Dave's not here, man. Dave's gone. The traffic looks pretty good out there, really, to take you out and take a look at the East Shoreway inbound. No problems out there as you're heading through town and towards town, where we do have a problem, Freddie, and you just mentioned that we could have some problems this morning. We do. Let's take a look at the area map. No problems as far as delays on the major arteries as far as the shoreways, but 77, 3 tractor trailers involved in an accident with some vehicles. This is blocking all lanes of 77 northbound except for the right lane and right berm. Police are directing traffic, allowing it through that area, backed up well before the Brockside entrance ramp. Keep that in mind. Now, if you're getting close to Edgewater Park, we see that there's no problems on the West Shoreway if you want to head over in that direction. So keep that in mind with all the folks from 5 down there. You can have a good time. Just allow a little extra time to get into the park and find a parking place. Now, for traffic that's heading in through the area of Olmsted Falls, Bagley Road, and Columbia, they're still out there working. Keep in mind that you'll have to use a detour around that area. Police are directing traffic. Also in Strongsville, Royalton, and Prospect, they're still working on the railroad crossing there. It's rather rough, so we'd advise you to stay clear of that. And if you're heading out to Streetsboro or through Streetsboro to Geauga Lake and SeaWorld, allow some extra time and stay clear of this area. Already, there's a big volume of traffic and a back of an extra 20 minutes through that area. From Traffic Center 5, I'm Dave Barron.
Thank you, Dave. Let's check in with Jenny now. Were you there, Jenny?
Well, I'll tell you, Fred, I was still listening to Lawrence Welk back then, so I should go to maybe Weinstock, not Woodstock. Well, let me tell you what's happening in the news right now. This morning, rescue teams have the grueling task of trying to retrieve bodies from the burned-out wreckage of a plane in Ethiopia. American Congressman Mickey Leland, the target of a week-long search, was one of 16 thought to have died on board that plane that slammed into a remote mountainside. The twin-engine craft burned upon impact, leading rescue teams to believe that no one survived that accident. Many friends and colleagues of this congressman are mourning his death, as we see now in this report.
The expressions of regret poured in from around the country as family, friends, and colleagues learned of the death of Congressman Mickey Leland.
It's a sadness for everybody. He was an outstanding man of great humor. Everyone from Texas knew of his lively nature and his commitment to helping others.
We urge those who do care to pray especially for Congressman Leland and the various members of the delegation.
In Houston at his church, mourners offered prayers for Leland and the others who died in Ethiopia and expressed support for Leland's pregnant wife, Allison, and his son, Jarrett. Mickey Leland first gained prominence in his native Houston in the late 1960s for his efforts as a civil rights and anti-Vietnam War activist. That led to a stint in the Texas state legislature, where he used his background in pharmacology to push for better health and nutrition programs. Leland pursued his interest in nutrition and hunger when he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1978, replacing the retiring Barbara Jordan. He traveled often to famine-stricken parts of Africa and was largely responsible for persuading Congress to send more than $700 million in food aid to Ethiopia and other countries experiencing starvation. In Congress, he helped create the Select Committee on Hunger and served as its chairman. Leland also chaired the Congressional Black Caucus and was active battling apartheid in South Africa, a battle which led to an arrest for demonstrating in front of South Africa's Washington embassy. During his 10 years in Congress, Leland became adept at working with senior officials to achieve his program goals, becoming not just a popular politician back home in Houston, but an effective and very respected one on Capitol Hill.
I believe that if Mickey Leland knew that he had to go, that the one way that he would have chosen to go is in service to his fellow human beings.
Steve Shepard, ABC News, Washington.
It's being called the worst hot air balloon accident in history. In Australia, 2 balloons collided at 2,000 feet in the air. All 13 people plunged to their deaths. The victims were on a sightseeing tour when tragedy struck. There's been another scare in the air. A Continental Boeing 727 had to abort its takeoff from Denver yesterday when a portion of the plane's tail engine disintegrated. Fortunately, none of the 135 on board were injured, although no doubt there were a few shaken nerves, especially in light of recent accidents involving jet engines. Locally, a pilot survived the crash of his small stunt plane. The craft with an open cockpit lost power shortly after takeoff from Paynesville yesterday. It crashed into a field and was totally destroyed. Luckily, its pilot, Dr. Anthony Winelli, survived, suffering only minor injuries. After orbiting the Earth for 5 days, the crew from the Columbia Space Shuttle are back down to Earth once again, resting up after their successful mission. They accomplished their main goal, which, despite a news blackout, is believed to have been to launch a spy satellite to keep an eye on the Soviet Union. And our satellites are keeping an eye on possible storm clouds.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an increasing chance for showers and thunderstorms beginning this afternoon and continuing into the first part of Wednesday. But today shouldn't be all that bad. We'll get a little sunshine in. Check the satellite pictures for you, and you'll see the way things have been shaping up over the past 15 hours or so. The East Coast has been deluged with heavy rain. Much of the extreme northeastern coastal areas have received anywhere from 8 to 11 inches of rain over the weekend. Real heavy stuff there, and it looks like more cloudiness from the nation's capital through the Carolinas. A sliver of sunshine across Ohio and down into Alabama and Mississippi with fair weather, and then more thunderstorms just off to our west. And those are the storms that will gradually work their way eastward into Ohio here over the next 2 days or so. Temperatures across the northeast part of the state warming up into the 60s now. Youngstown this morning was down in the low and mid 50s, and they're now rebounding back a little little bit with sunshine across just about the entire area. A partly cloudy day today with widely scattered afternoon thunderstorms. Highs about 84, a south to southwest wind on Lake Erie with 1 to 2 foot waves. And tonight basically fair and mild, much like last night. The overnight low at 62, and a repeat performance for tomorrow with afternoon thunderstorms, although I think the storms tomorrow will be more widespread with high temperatures up around 84 degrees. It really looks like the weather will be a little unsettled on Wednesday and then start to clear up again for the end of the work week.
In time for the weekend, I hope, huh?
I hope so.
All right, Tom, we'll be back in about half an hour, and right now we go out to our in-resident hippies.
Well, I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road. I asked him, where are you going? This he told me. Said, I'm going down to Yasgur's farm. I'm gonna join in a rock and roll band. I'm gonna camp out on the land and try and get my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, we are caught in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden.
Alex Bevan. Alex, thanks so much for that, for coming out to be with us this morning. Alex will be on a panel a little later on to talk about Woodstock here this morning. But right now we're going to talk about it with some folks who were there, Clevelanders who took off and went out to New York State to be a part of that great festival which started just 20 years ago tomorrow. And Steve Harding is here this morning. Good morning, Steve.
Hi,
nice
Fred.
to see you. His friend Jim Rowland. Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll see a little video here in a few minutes that they took. It's actually, in those days, it was not video, it was film.
Super 8.
Super 8, which we've dubbed up. And also with us this morning is Vicki Clark. Good morning, Vicki. It's
Morning,
nice to
Fred.
see you. Thanks so much for coming. Vicki, tell us how it was that you happened to go there. You were about how old then?
I was 15, and I was going to die if I did not go.
How did you hear about it?
Oh, it was publicized all over the place, and I mean, I knew that this was going to be, I didn't go to make a statement, I just wanted to go hear the music.
Who did you go with?
My mom took me.
Your mother took you?
Mom said, if you want to go this badly, let's do it. So she loaded up 7 or 8 of us and got us in the car and headed on up to White Lake, New York.
Now, unlike the most of the people there, you actually had a shelter over your head.
Yeah, one of the girls that came with us, her dad had a connection to, he was an accountant for Holiday Inn. So, so he was able to get us a room at the Holiday Inn in Liberty. And, I mean, everybody was staying at the Holiday Inn
Who
in
was
Liberty.
there?
Hendrix, The Who, Sly, The Dead, Ravi Shankar. I just remember seeing people, the airplane.
So you got a closer look at it than you ever imagined you would.
We were just thrilled. I mean,
Well, how did you'd go to the festival grounds and hang out there during the day, and then you'd go over there to the Holiday Inn, have a nice dinner, and go to sleep, right?
yeah,
On a
well,
clean
go to
bed.
sleep with all that adrenaline pumping through your body. We got up Saturday night. We stayed for the whole show till Sunday morning after the airplane went off, and then we walked and hitched back to the hotel, and then turned around and went back up on Sunday.
Now, you weren't staying in a hotel, were you?
No, we were staying on the ground.
In the mud?
In the mud. With sleeping bags.
Yeah, it seems like that's one of the most outstanding memories that people always bring that up, that the rain and the mud.
Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad though. We were just so tickled to be there and everything.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever really being inconvenienced by anything.
Did you have any perception at that time that you were part of an event that would become such a, I don't know, the fabric of our popular culture and so mythical in its proportions?
Oh, yes. We went because of Monterey Pop Film, and we knew that the event was being filmed by Wadley, so.
And you did a little filming yourself, and we're seeing your Super 8 video here that you made. We've dubbed it up to video. And you keep that camera moving. That seemed to be the rule in those times, and you sure did. Were you astonished at how many people were there and that you were able to get that close to the action?
Yeah.
Not really until after it was over, as far as being astonished in that. Everything just seemed to, at the time, just seemed to flow together. we got there easily enough, parked, walked there, got down close. It was only in retrospect.
I never see a lot of
that it
video of
seemed
someone's
weird.
feet there.
Originally, it was only planned for 40 to 50,000.
Right.
Of course, 10 times that amount showed up.
Did you buy tickets, or by the time you got there, had they torn down the fences? And said
We
it's a free
tried. The
concert?
day before we left, we got our ticket order back for insufficient postage. But we decided to go ahead and see if there wouldn't be tickets scalped. And of course, there's no necessity for tickets at all.
What were conditions like there? I mean, in terms of food and facilities and so forth.
When we got there at 6 in the morning, and there was nothing. There was nothing to drink. There was nothing to eat. And it stayed that way until sometime around Saturday afternoon when they started getting things in. But like I said, we were so tickled to be there, it was okay.
Did you actually pay attention to the music, or was it more of an event where you're just interacting with all the people who are around you?
Well, we were there mainly for the music, and we were very close to the stage most of the time.
Was it loud? I've heard conflicting reports
today.
about the sound.
I remember the sound being just about as clear and nice as I've ever seen it. I've gone to a lot of concerts, but it really did sound really nice. It was kind of a natural amphitheater, the way it was set up and everything, and it was crisp and clear and nice.
Prior to Woodstock, did you consider yourself to be part of the counterculture and the 60s movement? How involved were you?
Not very.
Yeah?
Not terribly. We were there mainly for the music.
Yeah? And you?
Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, we identified with it all and everything. Of course, that's part of the reason we went, but we weren't really hardcore or anything.
Did you feel like it changed you in any significant way?
Yeah.
How?
It really showed me kind of a possibility of what people can do, what they're really capable of as far as doing good things, because it was quite a situation, and for everybody to share and tolerate each other and have fun with each other the way we did for that long a period of time.
Yeah, yeah. And Vicki, you were just a little girl.
Yeah,
practically.
I was.
How did it affect you then, as you grew older?
Well, that's when I decided that this is the way that people should live. That if you can tolerate each other in the conditions that we did, I mean, there were no bathrooms, there was no food, there was no water, and if we can all live like that, why can't it be done when we have homes and have food and no problems?
Jim?
So,
Well, I think the main point was everyone pulling together for everyone in the face of adversity, because it was a disaster area. It was a logistical nightmare.
Well, now, you guys must be approaching the big 4-0, or maybe already there?
Oh, we already approached it.
So you're now 40-something?
Yes.
What's your life like today? What are you doing primarily these days?
I'm a letter carrier. I work for the post office. Pretty ordinary life, I guess.
You have kids?
No.
And in your case, Jim?
I'm a working class hero for LTV Steel now. I have one daughter.
And does she ask you about Woodstock?
Well, she's not old enough yet.
She will.
No doubt.
Well, it's awfully good of you to come by this morning and to share this with us. We're just delighted to have you here. And your video was terrific.
Thanks, Rick.
It really had a good feel to it. And Jim Rowland and Steve Harding were there together 20 years ago tomorrow. And so is Vicki Clark, who went there with her mom and stayed at the Holiday Inn. She's one of the rare few. Let's thank them for being here. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Clevelanders who ventured to Woodstock.
Parents searching for their missing children make their desperate plea to the abductors on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Monday at 4, only on TV5.
You're up.
I'm sleeping.
You were walking.
I was walking in my sleep.
Have your coffee.
Hey, yours is darker than mine.
Mine's decaffeinated Folgers crystals. Yours is the decaffeinated you always drink.
Did you use the same amount?
Yeah, watch. Mine's mountain grown Folgers.
Nice aroma.
A sip?
Yeah. I thought I was the reason you're always so bright-eyed in the morning.
Oh, you are.
Decaffeinated Folgers crystals, so dark and rich. Shouldn't you switch?
The Ohio Lottery presents The New Millionaires with Alex Trebek.
Charles Inguagliato was stunned when he learned that he had won $1 million in the lottery. But that wasn't his biggest surprise. I'll be back in a moment with an incredible coincidence.
Wow. Guy next door won $3 million playing Super Lotto. Hey, nice car, Bob.
Thanks, just bought it.
Thanks, just bought it.
You should have played.
Where you going?
New beach house.
New beach house.
Should have played.
Taking the new boat?
Nah, we'll pick up another one there.
Another boat?
Should have played.
Who wants to be that rich anyway?
You could buy whatever you want with even the smallest Super Lotto jackpot, if you play.
It was amazing. I had just won $1.5 million, and then I found out my mother had played the same numbers.
I won $1.5 million too.
I guess luck runs in the family. I'm Alex Trebek, and I'll see you soon with another New Millionaire.
I'm Dr. Ted Costell. Join TV5 on August 18th and 19th from 10 to 6 at the Rolling Acres Mall and count out cholesterol.
Woodstock. And with us today are 5 more Clevelanders who were there, and we'll begin over here on my right by introducing you to Alan Roth. Good morning, Alan. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Warren Levert is here this morning. Good morning, Warren. Nice to see you. Thanks so much for coming here today. Ann Chapman. Good morning, Ann. Nice to see you. We've met somewhere along the line, I think, around town. But it's nice to have you here. Delighted to have you with us this morning.
Thank you.
Christina McHugh. Good morning, Christina. It's nice to see you. And Ron Goff. Hi, Ron. Nice to see you. What were the circumstances, Ron, that led you to go to Woodstock? What did you think, and what did you hear, and when did you go?
Well, really, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. A friend of mine just came up to me on Thursday afternoon, I believe, and said that there's a concert going on in New York. Let's go. So we all hopped in the car and went.
And just took off in the general direction. Probably
That's
never
right.
heard of
Yeah, we
Bethel,
had no
New York.
idea where it was. It's we was just following the traffic.
Yeah, there was a lot of it.
Yes, yeah, I got caught in it this morning. I didn't think I'd get traffic coming to Cleveland, but there we were in it for about 12 hours.
Yeah. Were you surprised by what you found when you got there?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, aside from the traffic, as I said, we arrived like 5 o'clock in the morning, and it wasn't until 5 in the afternoon till we even got to the parking lots. And then a hike through the woods, and then finally finding the site the following morning.
So then you had several days of deprivation and no food.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of water, a lot of rain, a lot of mud.
Well, yes, it was. Of course, no one was prepared for the conditions there.
Enormous crowd.
It was just overwhelming.
But it was tranquil, though, wasn't it? I mean, no one got out of sorts. I mean, in all the reports that you hear about it, everybody seemed to be in a really good spirit.
Well, I think the crowd was well sedated.
Christina, you were actually involved in some work at the festival. Tell us what you did.
Okay, well, a friend of mine went up on, and I went on Wednesday, and we stood outside a trailer and we got jobs. They did have some food. They had some concession stands. And
but no way possible to feed 400,000 people.
No, it wasn't. I think they thought they were going to make a lot on it, though. And so they hired us. We did regular, the applications and so forth, and we were told to come back.
Was there an aspect of that you were unhappy with?
Yeah. I was into the music, and I was really excited about the festival aspect of it. And then we had to take tickets for the food, and that worked fine on Friday. And then on Saturday, they said, don't take tickets anymore, take money. And a lot of people said, hey, we put all our money into these tickets. And they just tore them up, threw them down. That was one of the reasons that there wasn't any food, because they couldn't buy it.
Let's turn to Christina. How did you hear about the festival?
Oh, I'm Ann.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Forgive me, Ann. I just talked to Christine.
Oh, I had been to Atlantic City Rock Festival a couple weeks before, just because we were going to a lot of rock festivals then. And I had heard about it, And everybody who was in Atlantic City had said, you know, you've got to go to Woodstock. It's going to be this great festival that's going to be a lot better than this one, and it'll be in 2 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, I just tried to earn a lot of money and bought the tickets, and me and a friend of mine and my brother drove up.
And what did you see when you got there? Lots of cars?
Well, we got there about 4 days early, and there weren't as many cars. There was traffic. I mean, we weren't the first ones there or anything. But we parked about, we were able to park not far away, like a quarter mile or something. And that's where we camped the entire time. We were there for about a week.
And so you were camping?
Well,
you had food
we didn't
with
have
you?
a tent.
Uh-huh.
We had my car. We didn't have a whole lot of food. I never was hungry. I was able to get food all day long, every day.
It was fun,
somehow. Yeah, I had fun.
Think back on it. You think about it as a positive, warm experience?
I think of it as really just several days in my life, you know, and that's where I happened to be those few days.
There are a lot of days in our lives, though, and not all days stand out.
A lot of it stands out because of the publicity that was made of it afterwards. You know, I mean, the Atlantic City Festival earlier were some important days in my life, too.
How about you, Warren? What was the weekend like for you?
I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I didn't eat any food, but other than that, I was okay.
Yeah. What are the most outstanding memories of it for you? What has really stayed with you?
Well, there was one incident during the Who concert when Abby Hoffman came out on stage during a break, during their performance, and grabbed a microphone, and he told everyone in the crowd that they should join him in a protest march, that they should march to New York City, and that thousands of other people would join them along the way. And when he started talking, and then Pete Townsend, the guitarist for the Who, came over and started beating him over the head with his guitar and then kicking him. And some of the people from the stage crew escorted Abby off stage. That stuck out in my mind. That woke up a lot of people that were sleeping at the time.
Did you feel like the political aspect of it, the ideals and everything, was very much a part of the event?
I don't know. I think that depends on the type of attitudes that people brought with them to the festival. I mean, I didn't think of it as a political event, although at the time a lot of the lyrics in the music that people were making at the time was more socially relevant and dealt with political issues a lot more than the stuff you hear by Motley Crue or Bon Jovi.
Alan, I saw you nodding your head.
Yeah, well, when I remember, I was very active during the 60s politically in the anti-war movement at one of the universities until they kicked me out for that reason. But I think that Woodstock never would have taken place without this whole social movement that had been taking place in the 60s. 1969 was a big time of ferment. There were student strikes all over the place in this country and around the world. The civil rights movement was still very strong. And that gave rise to the student movement, to the counterculture, and I think without that, Woodstock never would have taken place. And I mean, there's still a lot of us who went there who are still fighting for the same ideals we believed in then.
I wonder, Warren, are you from a musical family?
Well, my last name is Levert. I have some relatives who are musicians.
Oh, I thought maybe that might be the case, because it's not all that common a name, and they're involved in music and have been for a long, long time. What about the music? Did you enjoy the music when you were there?
That's the primary reason I went there. Watching the groups, a total of 31 acts played in all, and I saw most of them. I missed the last couple bands on Sunday night, and 2 bands played Monday morning, Sha Na Na, and then Jimi Hendrix closed the festival. But out of the 31 acts, I must have seen at least 25 or 26, and it was like running a marathon, trying to stay up. Because the first night of the festival, Friday, was actually folk night. Richie Havens was the first to play, and that same day, I think Joan Baez performed, Arlo Guthrie, Ravi Shankar, the Indian sitarist, and, well, most of the groups that played were acoustic. At Saturday, they came out with all the electric bands, and the performances were much longer on Saturday. I think the first band to play on Saturday might have been a band called Quill, and I think they were followed by Santana. And the music started about 12 noon on Saturday and didn't end until 10 o'clock Sunday morning, and I stayed up the entire time. So it was a challenge just to stay up.
Do you all still listen to the music that you heard there? Do you?
Yes, I do.
No?
Not so much anymore, no.
How about you?
Some of it. Joan Baez.
Alan?
Not the stuff they play on these classic stations. There's a lot of other music from the 60s. The stuff that was not top 40 then, that's the stuff that's still good.
And what do you listen to today, Warren?
What do I listen to? I like ethnic music a lot. I like Brazilian music a lot. I don't know if you're familiar with Milton Nascimento. He's the leading singer in Brazil. I like him a lot. I listen to a lot of reggae music. I like Miles Davis a lot. Just about everything.
Taste here.
Occasionally, even classical music. Brahms, Beethoven, Mozart, all those
If somebody
guys.
said we're going to have a big festival and it's going to be in a farm somewhere, would you